Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to Prime Live. My name is Mohammed Chinara. So the latest tourism stats for arrivals in Africa have been published, with Egypt and Morocco leading the pack with around 14.5 million arrivals in the year 2023. Tunisia is next on the destination list with 9.4 million tourist arrivals, and 8.5 million tourists traveled to South Africa in 2023, a 48.9% increase from the previous year, but still 17% less than the pre-COVID level of 10 million. However, rising financial pressures have made family getaways something of a luxury for many South Africans and many people around the world. So tonight I'm joined by Sameer Abdulla, the head of marketing at Rennies BCD Travel, and he's going to tell us more about the company's Vacay Layaway program. Sameer, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Prime Live.
Wa alaikum salam and jazakallah, Muhammad.
So just going through those stats, we see South Africa are lagging behind, and for a while South Africa were one of the top destinations in Africa when it came to tourism. So from the stats I quoted, it would seem that travel and tourism is bouncing back, but there are financial stresses throughout the world. Give us an overview of how valuable the sector is to the economy and whether South Africans are still interested in travel.
Yeah. So in 2024, we were looking at the GDP contribution was about 8.8% from a tourism and travel sector perspective into our economy. And for the economy, this plays a huge part in our life, because South Africa is known for its wildlife offerings, our beaches, our travel destination. We're a travel destination that offers a variety of elements and experiences. So I think in saying that it's important for the sector, it most definitely is. And it becoming affordable for people to travel, yes, definitely. And that is why we've created a Vacay Layaway product, which we'll delve deeper into and discuss further.
Before we go into the Vacay Layaway, we just come out of the summer holidays. Speaking to a lot of South Africans around, the problem seems to be that traveling within the country has become so unaffordable for South Africans. So if you want to go to Cape Town, your flight ticket is something like 6,000 to 7,000, where you can fly into Africa or fly on Ethiopian Airlines, go to Saudi, go to Oman for the same price. Why are we seeing such a big disparity when I could fly overseas, go for an overseas holiday for a price of going for a holiday to Cape Town?
Yeah. So, Mohammed, the thing is, it's demand, right? As much as South Africa trails behind on that listing, we're still a very popular destination. And with regards to pricing, I think it's predominantly driven by peak periods. And the other element is that we want people to plan in advance. The only time you're able to take benefit of better pricing options is when you plan ahead and you work in advance towards your trip. And that will give you the benefit of better pricing options.
Okay, so now talking about planning ahead, we're going to speak about the Vacay Layaway. It seems very catchy.
Yeah.
How does it work? And how does it make travel more affordable for people wanting to travel?
So what we've done here, Mohammed, is we've created something which, and I think South Africa can resonate with this. We can resonate with the concept of a lay-by product, right? And what Vacay Layaway is that you are able to stash money away on a monthly basis or however frequent you'd like. And basically in return, you get vouchers for the stashaways. And all of these funds are filtered into an account, which you have access to view, control, etc. So to kickstart the process, you would reach out to one of our travel experts, understand what itinerary options you're looking for, what your trip is going to be like, and start planning for stashing away funds into this platform. It's as simple as logging into our website at renniestravelexperience.com, creating your account, and purchasing your first voucher. So every time you would like to top up that account, you'd log into the platform, add on to those vouchers. And why we do the voucher mechanism is that it's there to help control the transaction, and it's there to complete the transaction.
Okay. Just talking about the South African situation, we know in the last few years we've seen a lot of scams when it's come to traveling, and the one that comes to my mind is Hello Darlings.
Yeah.
We know South Africans, in fact, in December last year, a lot of people were also caught out by a timeshare sort of a scam where wholesalers and timeshare resellers were caught in this major problem, especially when it came to Umhlanga in December. Yes. South Africans are very wary now, especially following all these scams. Mm-hmm. How can would-be travelers be assured that this is not going to be another fly-by-night? We know Rennies are a very reputable company. You guys have been in business for many years, but I'm sure our viewers out there are looking for that reassurance.
So to reassure your viewers, Mohammed, it's Rennies Travel has been in the industry for 70 years. We've celebrated our 70th birthday last year. Second to that, we're part of a larger conglomerate in the country, which from a financial perspective, we have the financial backing, we have the stability, and we're not here to do anyone in when it comes to making sure that your funds are safe and with a reputable organization.
I think that's very important for our viewers out there, just knowing that you're not dealing with Hello Darlings or an Instagram-based company that's going to disappear within a few months. Because, I mean, people put travel is something that you save for. It's savings that you've put aside, and you don't want to be caught out in a scam. So I don't know, what's the difference between the Vacay Layaway and other cash saving programs within the tourism sector? Because we do know there's a lot of these people who come to you and say, okay, you pay upfront and you'll get like 10 vacations for the year. Yeah. You need to attend 1 or 2 presentations. We know people are tired of those presentations and all of that. Yes. What's the difference here?
So the difference is, number one, you have access to our travel experts. Number two, you've got an industry or a business within an industry that's reputable. All right. And when it comes to this program, the idea was not to put people into any more debt than they're already in. The reality is that South Africans or the target market that we're looking at for this are people that do service debt on a monthly basis. And the aim is not to put them into more debt. So with this program, it's a matter of let's create a rigid saving structure, and rigid in the sense that the person that's signing up needs to be consistent here. If you know, Mohammed, that you want to save towards flights that are going to cost you 15 grand by the end of December, and you kickstart that journey now in January, you know how you've got to take that 15,000 rand and split it over the upcoming months. And you know your highs and low months in the sense that, okay, in this month, I'm able to put a little more away than perhaps when we're getting closer to Eid. You know, you've got a lot of Eid shopping to do, things like that. So you'll be able to navigate your way through the savings program and put funds away accordingly for your end goal. And that end goal is going to bring you a lot of happiness, joy, and time for you to reset, time for you to reflect and spend time with your family, and basically just come back rejuvenated. That's what travel is all about.
Yeah, I mean, we always remember the famous Dr. Seuss line about travel.
Yeah.
Coming back to the Vacay Layaway program, we know, for the benefit of our Muslim viewers who are watching, this is going to be an interest-free. There's no interest paid. There's no...
Correct.
So it will be totally interest-free. You're not going to be paying any interest, receiving any interest?
No, that's correct, Mohammed. So with this platform, there's no interest earned on the account, and there's no interest paid on the account. So with regards to a fee for the transaction, there is a service fee at the time of redeeming your vouchers, and that service fees will be applicable according to the products that you select, whether it's flights, accommodation.
Just another question I have, and I think one of our viewers has come up with that question. What happens if I've put money for 10 months of the year, and come October I realize, you know what, I can't afford to go for holiday? Yeah. Will I be able to get that money back?
No, Mohammed. So the whole idea behind this is to commit to traveling.
Okay.
And the vouchers are valid for a period of 2 years.
Okay.
Right? So from the time you create your account and you start saving, your vouchers are valid for 2 years. And the whole idea is that it's not something that you have access to, because a lot of times you find yourselves, I've got to put tires on my car. I'm going to dip into the savings pot and I'm going to pull out funds from there. But what we're trying to get to is make sure that people can save their funds for traveling without touching it and have that experience. because sometimes we neglect ourselves in the scheme of things and we take away from ourselves.
Okay, I think that's very important. So to a viewer out there who sent this question, you won't be able to redeem that money back, but it's valid for a period of 2 years, which I think is very fair. So
Yeah.
if you can't do the holiday in December December 25, you can do it up till maybe June 26, December 26. So
That's correct.
your money is not going to be gone if you don't use it within this year. Finally, my question to you is, we know we've come out of the holiday season. A lot of us on social media, we've seen the trends of where people have been. So based on my social media interactions, a lot of people have done Malaysia this year, have done Oman, have done Qatar, and locally Cape Town and Durban have always seemed to be the major destinations. What other trends are you guys looking forward to for 2025?
So some of the trends are people want to tick off bucket list items. And in saying that, we're looking at sports packages that we can offer. We're looking at breakations where you won't necessarily do something daring in your home country, but when you're traveling abroad, you'd want to get involved and try something new. You'll give it a new experience a shot. The other elements are cultural experiences, heritage experiences. And it's interesting that you mentioned Morocco and Egypt. Those are two destinations that I've done in October last year. And we had such an amazing time in those two destinations. From a cultural perspective, from just exploring, and even from a family perspective. I mean, there's beautiful resorts in Egypt. And likewise, within South Africa, we have extremely good options available. It's just a matter of, are we going to sacrifice to ensure that we do treat ourselves? It's not just a goal that's unattainable. It's now become attainable, and we've made we've kind of imposed it upon ourselves to make sure that we treat ourselves at the end. We give ourselves the luxury of having that break.
I think it's a very important point you made. We work the entire year. Our kids are at school. We don't get to spend enough time with them during the year because of work. So it's just fair, and it's just a nice way to end the year with this vacation for our families to enjoy. And I think it's important for us to just break away from the mundane, from the everyday stresses, and going on holiday just rejuvenates the soul.
100%, Mohammed. And likewise, we talk about big family breakaways, but also look for smaller breaks in between. Weekend getaways. I mean, we have a whole variety of options. How many times do we take advantage of exploring just a bush break? Going for a little weekend away to a bush game lodge, and spending time in nature, looking at a sky full of stars and appreciating those elements.
I think that's very important. Yeah. I think it's a really, really nice program that you guys have put out, and I think it will be of benefit to our viewers. Sameer, thank you so much for your time. And just before we let you go, how do our viewers out there get in touch with you guys, and how easy is it for them to get this process started?
So, Mohammed, it's fairly simple. Your viewers can log on to renniestravelexperience.com and click on the voucher link, and that will take you to the page where you can start purchasing your Vacay Layaway vouchers. All you do is there's a 3-step process. You sign up, you initiate the purchase, and the values start from anywhere between 500 to 50,000 rand. Okay. So you can toggle between those two numbers.
Sameer, thank you so much for your time. That was Sameer Abdulla, the head of marketing at Rennies BCD Travel, telling us about this really, really important and fun program that we're starting, the Vacay Layaway program. And he's given the details, and it will also be available on our social media pages. So viewers out there, we're going to take a short ad break now. Stay tuned.